This is about an event that used to take place every year called Capper's Picnic. Arthur Capper was from Garnett, Kansas. He was born in 1865, so he's an old timer. He was a two-term governor of Kansas and 20 or 30 years in the United States Senate. He was a politician. He was also a philanthropist and in the publishing business. He started work at Garnett in high school in a newspaper printing plant. Got out of high school, came to Topeka to get experience on a bigger paper and worked for the Topeka Daily Capital. Got into politics. I think before he went into politics, though, he went back east and got some experience on an big eastern newspaper. Came back to Topeka and bought two small newspapers that used to publish in Topeka, the Mail and the Breeze. And the Topeka Daily Capital came up for sale, and he bought that too. And he owned WIBW and the several publications he put out besides the Topeka Daily Capital. He had a lot of publications. He had one of the largest farm publications in the country. He was born in July, and later in his life, when he was a senator, he used to sponsor a picnic for the children of Topeka. That was a really big event. Now, kids love Christmas, and I suppose 4th of July, and I don't know what all. But I think if you'd asked a kid at that time what his favorite events were in Topeka, Capper's Picnic would have been one of the top 2 or 3. Because every kid could go to Capper's Picnic. It didn't cost anything. It didn't cost a penny, and that was important in the Depression years because people didn't have money to spend on entertaining their kids. He paid for public transportation to the picnic for every kid in Topeka that wanted to go. We had a street railway system, and then in 1938 we got buses that replaced them. Fares on those were free all day on picnic day, to and from. Once you got to the picnic, the ones I went to were out in East Topeka in a park, Ripley Park. And once you got there, there wasn't a whole lot going on, but there was one really big event, and that was free ice cream all day long. And the ice cream cones were small, and the dips were about the size of a ping pong ball. They lasted about as long as a snowball in July. And the kids would get in a line a block long, stand in there an hour to get up, work their way up, and get one of those ice cream cones, and then they'd run as fast as they could go to the back of the line and repeat. And that would go on until they finally got tired of, they couldn't get too full of ice cream, but they could get tired of standing in line. And the other event I remember is at that time, WIBW had live entertainment. And they had a lot of it. They had bands, and mostly Western, things that would appeal to the farmers that listened to it because it was kind of a farm community here. And they must have had 20 performers, and about every hour, hour and a half, there'd be a performance of live music on WIBW interspersed with the news. And that's about all it was on. It was news and music. All those performers from WIBW would be at the picnic, and they had a bandstand, and they performed endlessly all day. Everybody knew those performers by name and by listening to them on the radio, but not everybody had seen them, so it was always of interest to be able to see the people that you heard every day. And so people would wander back and forth from the ice cream line to the bandstand, and at the end of the day, the kids all went home tired, and it was just a really neat event. They had that up until 1951 when he died, and then it was discontinued. But it was known virtually to every Topekan. There wasn't a kid that couldn't have told you all about it.